Yeah?
Oh, yeah, that's
All
the
right,
goal.
let's go. All right. Okay. I got the jitters. I don't know why. But
I don't know why either.
I don't know why. This is a good moment. This is a funny moment. Happy moment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Who and How Club. It is your host, Arys, your boy. Once again, you are the Who and How Club. I am the Who and How Club. We are the Who and How Club, and you're tuning in to episode 5. I got a special guest sitting across from me right now. He's the reason for my jitters. We're going to introduce him in a couple minutes. I just want to send a special shout out to everybody who's going to be watching and listening on the live today. Shout out to our producer, Athena, in the background. Everybody who's just supporting the movement and adding to the energy, the Who and How energy. We got the mugs. So shout out to that. Get your mugs. Holla at me if you want one, or just come on the show to get one. I'm gonna keep this intro short because I want to get into the meat of this sandwich, because we got a lot of good stuff coming for today's episode. So with no further ado, introduce yourself, sir, to the people.
My name is Chris Snodgrass, and me and Arys work together. How else do I introduce myself?
So we got Chris sitting across from me. You might know him as Big Red online.
Mm-hmm.
What's your IG? Big Red.
It's Big Red 86.
Big Red 86. So go and follow him, or just look for him on my page at only1arys, ONLY 1 ARYS, and follow us at Who How Club on all the social media sites, and as well as the website whohowclub.com. So last week I announced you because I have a special guest on the show every other week.
Mm-hmm.
So on those episodes in between, I tend to announce who the guest is on the following week, and just make that little announcement. So I'm really happy, and I'm very appreciative that you're here with me today, because I didn't think this would ever happen.
I'm happy to be here. Happy to support you, man.
I appreciate it. Let's go back to when I first asked you if you would ever do something like this with me, which was at work.
Right.
We do work together, yes. Remind me, you were a bit reluctant to actually do it, right?
Well, the reason why is because I was thinking of, I have 3 kids,
Yes.
3 dogs, and I also have my in-laws in the basement, right? So
More shit I didn't know about
yeah,
you.
so to coordinate that here at home was kind of a big deal. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So right now, my wife is out with the kids. They're at a friend's place,
Yeah.
and my dogs are downstairs, probably terrorizing the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a bit to coordinate, but
Yeah.
we made it work.
Yeah, because we spoke about this a while back.
Exactly.
And months later.
Yeah.
I think we spoke about this in the winter time.
We
and
did.
Now
We did.
we're here.
Yeah.
Now, is this easy to coordinate? Like, to get the family out the house for a little bit and get some free time? Because it's a packed
No.
house, right?
No, not really.
How often do you get moments like these in the house?
Very rare. Very
Like-
rare.
Like, you got to set something up, or
Yeah.
like they're out because we're doing the show today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's the reason.
Yeah.
Okay, otherwise everybody would be in the house.
Yeah.
going
I kicked everybody out for you.
I appreciate it. That's what I'm trying to get at. I just wanted to hear that
yeah.
part.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Well, shout out to the family. Shout out to the dogs.
Yeah.
Thank you to the family for Snodgrass, right?
Yeah,
The Snodgrass family
Yeah,
for
yeah.
giving us some space to just have a honest conversation and some quiet time.
Mm-hmm.
2 brothers sitting across from each other,
Yes, sir.
and we're gonna get to know each other. Even though we work with one another, we haven't had much one-on-one time.
No.
But in those conversations that we have had, I feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel that you and I are a bit like-minded.
Yeah.
We joke about the same things.
Yeah.
Sometimes when something weird at the office happens, we'll give each other the look,
Yeah.
or we'll send each other a text, like,
Yeah.
what the F?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like, that's why I invited you too, because I felt like outside of that element, you and I would be able to connect
Mm-hmm.
on a deeper level.
Absolutely.
Am I correct with
Yeah,
that? Or
yeah. I agree.
this guy's going to be the hardest interview I've ever had.
Why? That shouldn't be hard.
Give me more. What do you think? When you first met me, what was your what were your thoughts when we first met? When did we first meet?
So we first met in October 2018 when you started on as
Don't No specifics.
thing,
but yeah,
your job.
Yeah. So we met at the office.
Yeah, we met at the office.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was our first interaction? Do you remember that at all?
I think it was just like a general greeting, like, hey,
what's up?
I'm Chris, you're Arys, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Simple. But I feel as you came into the office more and more, we connected more and more because we're around the same age. You're a bit younger, but, we connected because usually the people we work with are, old enough to be our parents.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So we connected on that like youthful level, that young perspective,
something in common that we had.
Yes,
right away.
Especially being in our positions, we're managers. We're in that under that umbrella and under the management umbrella, and we're 9 times out of 10 we're managing people like you said who could be our aunts, our uncles,
exactly,
our parents,
exactly,
pretty much, and we would discuss like the difficulties behind that and what comes with that, the pros and cons, etc. And then we started to share each other's perspectives, and we're like, we kind of see things very similarly.
Exactly.
And as we would speak, often, like in our random run-ins with each other, I was always curious about you, genuinely curious, about your life.
You're always
like,
asking questions, and
I'm like, this guy hates me.
No, not at all.
Because I'm like, I'm like, I didn't want to come off nosy, but obviously when you're in a room full of like 10 people, you're going to be drawn to that person that you feel you could connect with the most. So I would ask you questions about who you were and, have like real deep questions and stuff like that. And we would get to know each other, and I would find out like, like I never knew you were married. I was shocked.
Yeah.
I never knew you had kids.
Yeah.
I was shocked when you told me that.
Yeah.
And like.
And that kind of stuff I don't mind sharing with people because I'm proud of that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm proud of having my family and having my dogs and, being a homeowner here,
Yes.
So these are the things that I'm very proud of.
Yes.
And, I mean, family is first for me. I don't know how else to explain that to people, you know what I mean? So when you say that you feel like you came off nosy, it's not. I don't feel like it was that at all. Like I'm very proud to share that with anybody.
Yes.
No matter who you are.
Yes. Why do you feel like people are not ashamed, but like they're kind of closed off when it comes to answering questions like that, especially at work?
Right.
Like about family and stuff like that. Like they keep it so separate.
Yeah.
Like you embrace. You're not afraid to embrace, your love for family and sharing information like that. Why do you think some people are closed off when it comes to stuff like that? Just people in general, not just at work.
I would say maybe some people are. First thing that comes to mind is embarrassed, maybe, or I don't know. Some people are just private people, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm not like, I don't want to say I'm a private person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind sharing about my family and what my family does. Like my son plays football, my daughter does whatever. Like, you know what I mean? I don't mind sharing that kind of stuff.
But that's because you're proud.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why, honestly, I don't know why people would keep that kind of stuff close to the chest. I don't know why they would do that.
Because if you think about it,
for me, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, everybody has a family.
Yeah,
the majority of the world, we come from somewhere. We have siblings. Family members, etc. We all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never understood why there's this feeling of like having to be very private.
Yeah.
About something that majority of the world has anyway.
Exactly.
You know
exactly.
What I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So was that something that you kind of learned like growing up, or just in your experience being a father and a husband, you embraced that?
So
or were you always open about stuff like that?
Growing up, it was a bit different for me. My parents were, I grew up in Regent Park downtown.
Yeah.
And growing up in Regent Park, I mean, my parents were, how do I say, like very lenient. They didn't really care about what I did or anything like that. Yeah.
They just weren't so strict. They weren't as strict. Like, what do you mean?
They just didn't care. Period.
Okay.
Okay.
The good kind of care, like didn't care, or the bad didn't care, like.
I love my mom. I love my dad.
No,
but
of course.
At the same time,
yeah,
they didn't care what I did.
Okay. Okay. Were
Like-
there a lot of you growing up, like many siblings and stuff? Or
There was just me and my sister,
okay.
and yeah, they just didn't really care what we did.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We just did our own thing, and honestly, me and my sister turned out great for what we been through.
What you right?
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
No. So get back to like, so your parents didn't care. You kind of roamed and you did your own thing.
Mhm.
But where did you pick up the whole not being so private when it came to family and embracing that and not being afraid to share?
I mean, I think I get that maybe from my wife, like, you know. I mean, my wife's like my best friend, like, you know what I mean? Like, we met when we were 15. I mean, we've been together for 18 years. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, we've been through a lot together, like a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, she's taught me a lot as well. Like, you know what I mean? Even my in-laws that are here, that live in my basement with me. I mean, they've taught me a lot as well.
Yeah.
They're my in-laws, but they're also like my parents as well.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Because
Yes.
they've helped me with my kids
Yes.
a lot, and
Yeah.
they've kind of taught me how to be a parent because they've been there from the beginning.
From the beginning.
You know?
So that's your ride or die.
Yeah.
Since 15 years old.
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Yeah.
Let's cheers
absolutely.
to her.
Absolutely.
Ride or die.
Yeah.
What's her name? Can I ask?
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you say 18 years, I think of the Kanye West song. 18 years.
Yeah,
18 years.
yeah,
He got,
yeah.
what was that? Gold Digger? I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
oh my God. Someone's knocking. Here it comes.
Here they come.
Trick or treat.
Oh no, maybe that was some friends.
Do you feel like like her parents, was there any void that they might have filled in place of maybe what your parents should have played, like the roles that they should have played
Yeah.
in your upbringing or
Absolutely.
becoming a husband and all that jazz? Like
Absolutely.
like
Yeah.
what were those kind of things that you learned from them, you would say, that maybe you should have learned from your side?
I mean, I had my first child at 18, so I mean, I had to grow up really fast. And I mean, I've been working since I was 14, 15, and even before that, I was doing like little things like selling flowers at the corner or
Yes.
Dickie D's bike, like, you know what I mean?
Yes,
like
yes.
all that, I did all that stuff. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
I mean, I don't like they were just there to support me.
Support. I was gonna.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I again, I didn't really have that growing up. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
The support structure wasn't there like it is when I met my wife. Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Yes, yes. So you and Jennifer, you guys went to high school together.
No.
I'm assuming no.
No.
So how did you guys meet? Let's take us back to that moment.
So when I was living in Regent Park,
Yeah.
I went to elementary school with my wife's cousin.
Okay.
So we met through my wife's cousin, basically.
Mm.
And
And how old are you here? 15.
yeah,
Okay.
15. And my wife's cousin and grandfather lived on Sumac, actually. Okay.
Well, what are the odds?
Yeah, yeah. So you know the park there, right?
Yeah,
At
yeah,
Sumac
yeah,
and
yeah.
Shooter.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where we met.
That's crazy.
I know. So that's where we met, and we had our.
We work in the area, ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen.
yeah,
So that's why. Yeah.
We had our first kiss.
Yes.
In her grandfather's house. I mean, and yeah, it was just it went on from there.
Do you believe in love at first sight? Would you categorize that?
I mean, it was
That
a long
moment,
time
those
ago.
moments?
It was
Yeah.
a long time ago. I was a teenager.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess, yeah.
18 years.
Yeah.
Like, I think about my life right now. I'm 30. I was about to say 31. I'm 30. I just turned 30, and it's like, like we're close in age, right? But
Yeah.
I couldn't fathom. Not that I never wanted it or don't want it at this moment. It's just like 18 years with a person.
Yeah.
There must have been so many trials and tribulations.
Absolutely.
But
I
to
mean,
still,
I mean, that's how you build a stronger relationship, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
some people just they throw in the towel. Like, you know what I mean? When times get hard, like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Low on money, or, you know, the basic shit that people go through. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
When times get tough, they throw in the towel and they say, forget about it. You know what I mean? It's easier to be single.
Do you, from your perspective, do you feel like those tough times is what makes things get stronger or become, you know, greater with your bond with someone? Like when you both are going through the shits and times are rough, but you make it out of that, you guys become stronger. No, is that the truth?
Absolutely,
because you've had that. Because
once you get to the other end, once you get out of that heated argument or whatever you're in, like, you know what I mean? Once you get out of that,
yeah,
and you guys make up and you're all better, like it's like it's like you've reached another level. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, so this is great. I love this. Is awesome.
So the kids are here, obviously. You can hear them in the background. I can hear the mic picking it up. I can hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ladies,
yeah, go ahead.
On call?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And no one is peeing in the background, ladies and gentlemen. That's a fish tank. So yeah, that's what's going on.
Go ahead.
So we were speaking about 15. Take us to the moment where you decide you proposed, right?
Yeah.
So take us to that.
We just celebrated our 5th anniversary on June 28th.
Yeah.
Our 5th wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
So for the longest time, I didn't really think it was necessary to get married.
Okay.
But then, you know, we came to a point where we said, you know, we might as well, you know, make it legit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything above board, you know, all good.
It just made sense.
Yeah.
Because that's the person that you're.
But the bottom line is just like it's like a $20,000 party. Really.
That's a conversation we had as well. We spoke about,
you know what I mean?
Everything that went into that.
It's so much work. It's like it's so much work. And for the women, it's a lot of work too. You know, you got to get dress, and you got to get all the bridesmaids dresses and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the men, you just go to Moore's, pick up a suit, and call it a day.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wanna get into fears in a second, but let's go back to the timeline. So 15, you meet Jennifer. You're Chris. You're roaming. You got your sister. You're doing your thing. You're pretty independent, pretty young.
Yeah.
You get introduced to Jennifer. You guys connect. So now let's fast forward to, let's say, do you guys move in together first before the first child comes?
No.
So first child comes.
So
around 18, right?
Yeah. So I'm 18. So Jen's 1 year, 1 month, and 1 day older than me. I'm 18. She's 19, and she has Josh, our oldest son.
Yeah.
And then once he was born, I moved into her mom's house.
Yeah.
Which was at Coxwell and Danforth area.
Yeah.
And then I stayed there for about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And saved up for this place here that we're at now.
So take us to those moments when, like, was it planned?
No.
So
not at 18.
Not at 18, right?
No.
So what kind of emotions are you feeling in those moments? Like,
as you were just saying, fear.
And
the biggest fear.
What was the thing you were afraid of the most in those moments?
Not knowing how to be a parent. Not knowing how I'm going to provide.
Yeah.
You know, it's, you know, to provide for a child is a big deal. You know what I mean? There's a lot of needs, especially when they're a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If the mother can't breastfeed for whatever reason, formula, diapers,
you
wipes,
gotta provide. It's
all the furniture that comes with it. You know what I mean? It's a big deal, man.
What did your parents say?
Again, it wasn't a big deal.
So they were MIA, and you were doing your own thing.
Yeah.
When does second child come?
Second child didn't come until I was all settled in here.
Okay.
Yeah. That was planned.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What was the feel if you were to compare? Obviously, probably less fear.
Yeah, way less fear. Yeah.
And why was there less fear, would you say, from your perspective?
Just because, I mean, this time I knew what to expect. You know what I mean? I knew what it was like having a baby and what we needed to do to prepare and all that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
What the costs were and that kind of stuff.
The budget.
Yeah, exactly.
What the budget's like.
But the thing is, with my daughter, she came 8 weeks early, so it was actually kind of scary.
So she's number 2.
Yeah, she's number 2.
Okay.
It was kind of scary. She came 8 weeks early, and yeah, me and my wife were in the hospital for a month straight.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
That is definitely scary.
Yeah.
And then you have a third.
Yeah.
And then when does he come?
He's 3, so 3 years
Okay.
ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to sum up, like each experience, like how would you define, like what does being a father mean to you, and how would you define that? Have you gotten better over time, would you say, or like which child was the most challenging when it came to being a father? Is what I want to ask.
Being a father is challenging. Period. I mean, you have to have the utmost amount of patience. Like, you know what I mean? It's just. You think you need you think you need patience at work? To have kids is like another level of patience that you need. You know what I mean? See, there he is right there.
Okay.
There's my little guy. He's banging on the window. What are you guys doing in here, man?
What's his name?
Cameron.
So you got Josh, Cameron, and
Alyssa.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a never-ending challenge, you'd say.
No. Yeah, and I mean, even with Josh, he's very independent already. He's 14.
Yeah.
You know, he does his own thing, but I still got to get up every morning to get him up. Like, I'm his alarm clock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the little things that you got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who do you see yourself most in out of all 3 of them?
My oldest son, Josh.
The eldest?
Yeah.
In what way? What
Just
characteristics or
everything.
attributes?
His sense of humor, his mannerism, everything. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, though.
Yeah.
Like when I think about it, I'm excited to experience that. Like that when you and I would talk at work, it's like, even though we were sharing, you were giving me a lot of pros and cons and stuff like that, showing me both sides. You weren't just like painting a fake picture for me.
No.
But I still got very excited when speaking with you because I'm talking to a young father, a young husband, you know, and I'm like, that could be me very soon or whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm looking forward to that time in my life where I think just life is just beautiful in general. The creation, being able to create and bring a new life into this world that we live in.
Absolutely.
That's something to look forward to.
Absolutely.
But obviously it comes with those challenges,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I want to talk about your life. So from when you were younger and looking back, is this where you saw yourself?
Honestly, no. Honestly, I didn't know where I would land. And I'm very thankful for a lot. No, I know.
I'll bleep that out.
But for me, it's a bit different because
of course, okay.
took me under their wing from when I was 14, 15.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So growing up, I had mentors in the child and youth program.
Yes.
Who took me under their wing and got me into the summer day camp. Yes. Which is how I was introduced in. Right?
Yes.
I mean,
I should have prefaced with
no.
Don't say any. No. It's
no,
good.
but the thing is for me, this is a part of my life.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
This is a part of my
100%.
life, which is another thing that I'm proud to share.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they gave me a chance to work in. They gave me a chance to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just kept moving up from. I was a cleaner. You know what I mean? When I first started at 18, I was a cleaner doing split shifts, 6 to 10, 6 to 10.
And you just work your way up.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the person I met with yesterday who also, like, he started as a cleaner.
Yeah.
You know, a guy he came to Canada when he was 18 and, you know, just started from the bottom.
Yeah.
And now he's like, here, you know.
Man, when that song came out.
Yeah.
Legit, like that was on repeat for like a month.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. And
like work-wise, job-wise, like coming from region to
life-wise,
you know what I mean, coming from region to
love-wise,
exactly, like everything, like you know what I mean.
I remember when I was in the restaurant business, like I started as a dishwasher, and
you got to start somewhere, man.
You have to.
You don't start at the top, man.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on people who do start at the top? Do you think they last? Do you think
Who starts at the top?
There are some people that start
I
at
don't
the
know
top,
anybody.
man. Silver spooners.
Yeah,
and,
the silver
you know?
spooners. I don't know any of them personally, and I don't know if they last or not. No idea.
No, they don't. But I don't think they have much to offer the world anyway because they're already settled, right?
Mhm.
They're not going through the challenges that maybe you and I are. Like,
Yeah.
there's no growth there if you're already starting at the top.
Mhm.
You don't appreciate the growth
Mm-hmm.
when you start at the quote-unquote bottom. Like, the bottom to us is what it is to us. Someone might look at us and they might be starting lower than where we started, right?
Absolutely, yeah,
The bottom is only the bottom to us
Yeah.
because it's from our perspective,
Absolutely.
our experience.
Absolutely.
But I think with that climb, that urge to be something more
Mm.
or be somewhere else than where we're at today, you appreciate that growth. You're
Mhm.
going to change. You're going to evolve. You're going to adapt to
Mhm.
each environment, each stage, each level
Mhm.
that you get at.
Mhm.
Some folks who are already there or who get stuff handed to them, they might not know what that ever feels like, you know?
Mhm.
Like, I have this fear that I'll never have children.
Mm.
And I don't know. I don't want to put that on myself. You know what I mean? But
Still
like
have lots of years, buddy.
when I see you, it's
Mm.
like, it's not that I envy. It's just like, I wonder if my life, where would I be if my life was similar to yours? If I
Mm.
started young as well. So
Mhm.
that's why I asked you that question. Like, are you where you thought you would be when you were younger? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Was there somewhere specific that you wanted to be when you were younger? Did you have something in your mind,
No.
like a plan?
At 18, I had no plan. Honestly, I really didn't. And honestly, if I didn't have my first child,
Yeah.
I don't know where I would be now. I might not even be in this house. I might not be with the same agency that I'm with. Like, you know what I mean?
Snowball effect.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it could have changed a lot of things.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm. Where do you think you would be if you didn't?
Don't know. I mean, I could be still in Regent Park, maybe selling drugs. Who knows? You know what I mean? But instead, I'm here, and you know where I'm at work-wise.
Yeah, we all know now.
But this is
No,
this
that's
is the
good.
thing.
No,
This
no,
is-
no, that's
you know what I
good.
mean? This
Yeah.
is something that I'm proud to share. Again,
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
fucking with you.
you know?
No, I appreciate you just being open. Like,
Mhm.
this is the element that I wanted to get you in.
Yeah.
That's why I go to people's environments. I
Mhm.
want to make sure they're comfortable, they're open.
Mm-hmm.
It's a challenge for me to adapt. You know what I mean? I keep moving in my chair because I have never been here before.
Right.
But I know I got to do this. I
Mhm.
got to look at you eye to eye and just have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully there's someone out there listening and
Mhm.
watching, and they're going to learn from this as well, just like I'm learning from you
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa. We covered the father part. I want to get into what it's like for you to be a husband. But what's next for you when it comes to being a father? Are you done with kids?
Done. No, we're done.
You're done.
Done.
Okay. Why?
Because 3 is more than enough. 3 is a lot. It's a lot of work.
Okay. So
Yeah.
financially or just energy wise?
Everything.
Because when I look at you,
Financially,
you don't look stressed.
no.
You don't look,
Yeah, I mean,
some fathers you see even younger than us who only have one child, they're stressed out of their minds. They're already balding. They
I'm
probably
balding,
got.
dude. I'm balding.
That's why the fitted is on today.
Yeah, man. Silver streak and balding, everything, bro. Like, I'm proud to share
But
that.
that's like
as well.
after 3.
I'm proud to share that.
But that's after 3 kids, though.
Yeah.
It's not like you're like
Yeah.
one child in at 21
Yeah. Oh,
and your hairline is.
I did the face app thing, the old